The media has been asking Tesla, you know what is going on, Tesla? Why did you just fire your entire 500 team Supercharger staff? What's happened here? Elon Musk has responded on X. This is what he said. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to see you. This is obviously front page news, actually, in much of the world at the moment, which is kind of crazy. Even here in Australia, this is making the rounds. Big news here even in Australia. So what has happened here? Well, apparently, we don't know for sure, but it appears as though Tesla has fired its entire 500-person Supercharger team. A lot of big Tesla fans are furious. A lot of them are livid. They are saying, that's it, Elon Musk, just burn, go to hell, die, leave, whatever. There's a lot of extreme feeling here. Is that justified? People can react emotionally when they hear things, right? And maybe there's some fair points, I don't know. Anyway, Elon Musk has explained the reasoning behind Tesla disbanding the Supercharger team on X. He's just tweeted this. He said Tesla still plans to grow the Supercharger network, just at a slower pace for new locations. And they'll focus more on 100% uptime. Tesla are pretty close to 100% uptime already, so I'm not sure that's really neither here nor there. And expansion of existing locations. So Tesla, rather than focusing on new installations, they're going to focus on new installations at existing locations. So where Tesla already have the connections in place, they're going to add more chargers to those locations. And obviously, they're not going to add more chargers to locations where those superchargers are not being used regularly. If they're not being used regularly, Tesla know that. They're going to add extra chargers to places where the system is busy, consistently busy. So Tesla's going to focus on adding those additional chargers. Now, have they actually fired their entire team? Well, the media are all contacting Tesla, sending Tesla messages. What's going on, Tesla? Did you fire your entire team? And Tesla have not responded. It appears as though they've fired about, from what I'm hearing, around 90%. So not everyone, but still, that's a lot. So here's the report. They're saying Elon Musk has made this abrupt decision to lay off employees who ran Tesla's electric vehicle charging business. Apparently, this has blindsided other automakers who are gearing up to equip new EVs with NACS chargers so they can use Tesla's Supercharger network. But many other automakers, General Motors and Ford, they have responded to the media and they've confirmed that this doesn't change their plans. They are still going to go ahead with installing NACS chargers on their EVs. General Motors and Ford and other automakers which struck deals last year to give our customers access to the network say they won't make any changes. So everything is still going ahead for NACS chargers or Tesla chargers to be the industry standard, which is good to have an industry standard. Tesla's decision to open its network to rival EV manufacturers was hailed a big success by US President Joe Biden. I agree with him. And and they say that this opened the door for Tesla to get federal subsidies to expand the reach of its North American charging standard system. So Tesla can get some subsidies for basically to grow its superchargers. Are those subsidies huge? They're not huge, but it still definitely helps Tesla to grow. But Tesla's saying, well, it is quite expensive to grow these DC fast chargers. We need to make sure there's enough demand if we are growing them. And obviously it does cost a bit of money to do this. Tesla's kind of reining back the spending at this point in time. A lot of people think that's a wrong move. They think Tesla should be aggressive. They think, if anything, Tesla should be spending more money right now. What are your thoughts on that? I'm not sure. It's really hard. It's easy being outside of the business and saying, if I was the CEO, I would do this. And a lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are saying, that's the wrong decision. Tesla should do X. Much more difficult if you are the CEO and you're getting thrashed by the media, thrashed by everyone you know online for the decisions that you make. Everyone's saying Elon Musk is making all the wrong decisions. But if they were the CEO, well, what would they do? It would be difficult. What would you do? Let me know in the comments. Musk's decision to dismiss the head of business, Rebecca Tanucci, and most or all of the staff that operated and maintained the Supercharger system, according to 2 former employees and multiple postings on LinkedIn, left officials at automakers and Tesla suppliers uncertain about their futures. Musk subsequently said on Twitter that, yeah, like I said, just reported before, he's responded to some degree, but he hasn't responded to whether or not Tesla's fired everyone. Andre Pinter, co-CEO of Bullet EV Charging Solutions, a supplier to the network, said, as contractors for the Supercharger network, my team woke up to a sharp kick in the pants this morning. Tesla has already been awarded money under the federal government's NEVI program, or NEVI program, he said, referring to the National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure forming the program, to provide funding to states to deploy EV charging networks. There's no way Mr. Musk would walk away from effectively free money. It may be possible Musk will reconstitute the EV charger team in bigger, badder, and more Muskian way. Now, it's well known that Musk prefers to have small teams. He believes small teams, 5 to 10 people, are much more efficient than big, bloated, large teams. That's part of his strategy. I agree with this Tesla supplier. Musk is firing people, but I don't think he's not planning to continue building the network or maintaining it. Like they're saying here, there's huge amounts of money Tesla can get access to. Doesn't make sense to just leave that money on the table. So Tesla, I think, are trying to save money by kind of restructuring their workforce, slimming it down, making it more efficient. GM and Ford, in separate statements, said they're not changing their plans to equip their EVs that will allow drivers of their cars to connect to the Supercharger network. We have nothing new to announce regarding our plans, said General Motors. We're continuing to monitor the situation regarding changes to the Supercharger team and the potential impacts, with no further comments or updates at this time. Nothing is off the table though. Some industry executives and analysts said Musk could have disbanded the existing Supercharger organization to build a leaner and less expensive team to run its operations. I believe that's the most likely way this will play out. Musk made clear in a call with analysts earlier this month that he is focused on opportunities in artificial intelligence, robotics, and autonomous robotaxis. Maybe he thinks that the return on investment of superchargers is not as high as those areas. He could be right. We don't know yet. We've got to wait and see how things play out over the next few years. Musk is basically saying, if you're not investing billions of dollars into artificial intelligence right now, then you're going to be left behind. And, well, we don't know if that's true or false. In this layoff, nothing is off the table, said Wedbush Securities analyst Dan Ives. Musk is trying to send a signal internally that the difficulty that Tesla is going through, they're going to have to make tough decisions. It shows there is serious focus on reducing costs. Tesla last week reported lower first quarter profits and its first quarterly revenue decline since 2021. Even after a surge of the past week, Tesla shares are down 22% so far this year. With sales of Tesla's EVs contracting in the first quarter of the year and profit margins under a fair bit of pressure, with Tesla reducing its prices, Musk is cutting Supercharger network spending to conserve cash for other projects with more growth potential. This is what analysts believe anyway, and I agree. I think that's very likely. Tesla is looking to right-size its capital spending and operating expenses over the next couple of years as the company is in a slower growth phase, said Morningstar analyst Seth Goldstein. More traditional automakers might hang on to a business that promised steady revenue and near continuous data exchanges with customers, said analysts. And I agree. The Supercharger network is very important for this reason. Data exchanges with customers, being able to get their data and sell them, EVs or other products, other services. Data is so valuable. Musk could take a Silicon Valley entrepreneur's view that charging is a legacy business that could be streamlined or even divested. My guess is that now the industry has adopted the NACS standard, he views supercharging less as a strategic moat and more as a cost center, said Casey Boyce, a vice president at data analytics firm Escalent. The Tesla Supercharger network could have significant value if Musk wanted to sell it, analysts have said. Rival US charging networks have struggled with reliability problems. Their charges are known to be down regularly, about a 60%. They have about a 60% use, as in 40% of them aren't working most of the time. Tesla has about a 96 to 98% uptake, meaning Tesla's chargers work much better and much more Much more often, customers aren't being frustrated by the Supercharger network compared to rivals. 7 large automakers, including Mercedes-Benz, General Motors, Stellantis, Honda, BMW, Hyundai, Kia, they formed a joint venture called Iona to develop a fast charging network to compete with the Tesla Supercharger network. But they haven't done much yet. Now, will they be serious rivals, those 7, to Tesla? They could be, but that remains to be seen. Keep in mind, not many people realize this, but the Supercharger business is not profitable. It is for Tesla, but no one else is making a profit. It's very cutthroat. That's why businesses like Tritium, the major Australian charging company, they've just gone bankrupt. Numerous companies have gone bankrupt in this segment. It's a very difficult segment. It's actually a little bit like the bloodbath going on in China. A lot of people don't realize, but the charging industry is very similar to the EV price war in China. The price war has been furious. It's been very difficult for a lot of these charging networks to actually make a profit. Now, Tesla, apparently they do profit from superchargers, but they don't make a big profit. So maybe Musk is believing the return on investment, even with government incentives, is really not worth it. Therefore, if they slow down the uptake, they're still going to build more chargers, but just not as many as they had planned. And they simply add more chargers to existing locations where there's lots of demand. It would make more financial sense. I don't know if this is true, but that's what Tesla and Musk are planning. Now, this is not all about Elon Musk, by the way. We're saying it like it is. Elon Musk is not the only person making these decisions. It might appear that he is, but he's not the dictator that people think. Yes, there's a fair bit of that kind of impression, but Musk and the board make these decisions. It's not just like Musk can make this stuff happen without approval by the board. The board have to actually approve this stuff as well. It's worth keeping that in mind. Thanks for watching.